Today I'm going to paint birch trees, some whimsical abstract forest using very fun watercolor technique. Hi friends, I'm Olga Koelsch, a watercolor artist, teacher and a book author. Welcome to my studio. I will use the same type I used for stretching the paper, and I just get some stripes. This will be our future tree trunks. That looks a bit too wide to my taste. I will just cut it in half. And I'm trying to arrange the future tree trunks a little bit in more interesting directions than rather straight. So adding some angles like this. I have one more. I might place it just around. There will be two. And then again, it's easier to work in small pieces. For example, another. So making these pieces, you can also set up the direction. And I guess one more should be enough. It's just up to you, don't overthink it. I can also add a couple of branches on the other side. And so on. Create mix of greens. I have in mind very early summer forest or early summer greenery, very fresh, very bright. I use sap green. What you need is to have really creamy consistency. It should be quite a lot of pigment in it. And prepare some plastic folio, which usually you use for kitchen purposes. I just quickly fill in all the area of the paper, starting from very light, this sap green. I can slowly add something darker like hookah green or phthalo green. Should be creamy, not very diluted, but also not too bold. And the more I'm moving down, the darker color I can get. Now I can add, for example, burnt sienna to the mix to make it even darker. Right now you don't care about how even is your wash. You just need to really quickly cover the full area. Then get plastic folio, nice piece. Then you attach it to your painting and creating folds in very random way. So the bigger you got the piece of plastic folio, the more folds you will be able to create. You can also move them a bit around, but don't overthink it. What's important now, you let it dry for about an hour. Now I think it dried, and I carefully lift up the plastic folio and look what a beautiful texture we got here. But that's not the end of it. Let's now remove all this paper type what we used for the tree trunks. Do it very carefully. If you notice that paper stick to the paper type, use a hairdryer on the heat mode and carefully remove the type. So now we have a pretty fun trees. We can leave it like this, but I suggest we just move a little bit forward and add some shades. I have Payne's Gray. I will use it very diluted. I imagine that sun shines from the right, top right. That means the shadow will be on the opposite side. So I carefully add the shadow on the opposite side of the tree trunks. Now we have really nice, I have fun situation which I can use, and imagine that I have two trees, one behind another. Like this. Don't overthink it. Just some shadow, some grayish line on one side, maybe a little bit darker to the back, to the bottom. A little bit of this greenery, I can borrow it from what leftovers on the outside, on the top of the type. And now let's just grab the same. I have Payne's Gray, dark brown like sepia, some of the darkest browns. It will look even more natural. And add very typical marks, typical for birch trees marks. A little bit more on the bottom. Where I like to play around, because in some places the paper is wet, that creates this smooth bleed. Sometimes paper is getting dry and it looks a bit different. I'm holding my brush pretty flat towards the surface of the paper, just small angle, and basically sliding down. Sometimes I remove water on a paper towel and do more dry brush strokes, especially when you place those dry brush strokes on a dry surface, on a dry piece of paper. That will create different texture, different feeling. You can even flatten your brush a bit like this and add a couple of brush strokes, dried brush strokes. This back tree more in the shadow, or just add a little bit more. Basically, this is it. You can play around as much as you're interested in. Add a couple of branches using the same mix we use for the greenery here, sap green, for example. Just very random brush strokes. To make it more vivid. I hold my brush very freely. It has a longer tail, so that reduce the control, the amount of control you can have on your brush, and that works pretty nice. Now let's remove the type. Now we have very fresh, early summer looking forest. Thank you so much for painting with me. I hope you enjoyed the process. I'm looking forward to know what would you like to paint next. And see you soon. Bye bye.